All right, sir. All the environmental tech and whatnot is ready to be hauled in so that the colonists can't, you know, suffocate on the planet. Looks like you're willing to working on that. How's it coming along? Huh? Oh, I'm actually glad you asked. It's just about ready. I just got done plugging it in, and honestly, all that's left to do now is hit the button. Wait, really? Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'll go ahead and go in and check the equipment, make sure it still works after the, warp has been completed. And then we can get things underway. Oh, and David, I've been meaning to ask, um, would you want to go get coffee after the test is complete? Just to go over some things. Oh, and Dan, once the test is complete and we know everything works, uh, would you want to grab coffee to celebrate? Or maybe something a little stronger? Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to, I'd love to go and get something with you sometime. Uh, I was 3 p.m. after work. That sound good? Uh, yeah, yeah. 3 p.m. sounds great. Let me just, yeah. All right, let's get this done with so we can get out of here. We had done the impossible. We had created technology capable of displacing matter from one place to another by creating a bubble in space that was in two places at once. This bubble would allow you to transport things from one place to another instantaneously. Basically, existing in two places at once, but as long as you didn't leave the bubble, you were still physically in the original location. You were able to see what the world you were about to walk into looked like, but until the bubble left, or you left the bubble, all the rules of where you originally were still applied. You weren't physically there, but you could see everything around you. Turns out, the in between of two different points in space only really lets light through, not even physics. I found that out the hard way. What the? what- Dan? Dan, you need to get out of there now. The crystal's breaking. The bubble's going to. It's gonna leave. You're gonna get stuck there. What? No, 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 no. Oh, no. This, this is bad. Please, please, don't tell me. No, no, no. Come on. No, it's, it's gone. The bottle's completely gone. I'm stuck here. I can't move. This planet, it must be so much bigger than Earth. This gravity. I, no, I can't die here. I need they'll come for me. Eventually, I just need to survive. Till then, I think I could just reach the water. There was no real way to tell how long I had been there, or really what was going on at all. All I remember is that I spent the next few weeks crawling between the water tanks, the food storage, and the refrigerator on my stomach. I could tell that it was definitely a while, at least a few weeks. Maybe I just didn't want to think about how much time had actually passed. Maybe I blocked it out, but all I knew was that I had to survive. It was going to take some time for them to be able to repair it if the crystal had broken, but I knew they'd come for me eventually. Eventually, they had to, right? Well, I myself started to lose faith in that, but it was the only thing that made sense. I was too important for them to lose. I was one of the heads of the entire project. I was the only one who knew how to keep the thing above water. But I started to doubt myself as soon as I started growing strong enough to be able to stand up on my own. You would think that higher gravity for such a long period of time would kill a person, but as long as it's not over 3.5 times Earth's gravity, theoretically humans can survive. And later on, I would find out that this planet is exactly three. Eventually, I was able to stand and walk. I made sure to be careful and make sure that I was well fed, made sure that I didn't die on this planet. And as I ate and drank and felt the weight of this planet, slowly but steadily I started to grow accustomed to it. And eventually, it was time for me to leave the cave because I was strong enough to at least do something on my own. And as well as we packed, resources were running low. I guess I shouldn't have been surprised to see that there was life on this planet when crawling out of the cave. After all, I could breathe the air. Oxygen is a highly unstable element. That's why we use it in our biology, because the energy it produces is just so useful. But that also makes it very quick to just disappear when there's enough life to sustain it. But out of all the things I was expecting, I never could have imagined that life would thrive this much on a planet that seems like nothing more than a boiling death pit. I mean, what I had expected was maybe some minor foliage, some small scuttling creatures, not intense megafauna. These creatures were beyond anything I could comprehend. If I wanted to survive in this place, I'd have to be clever, because my human wit would be the only thing I had going for me. While that's how it was, for a while, I was scared, but then I wasn't. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not superhuman. At least, I don't have anything that couldn't theoretically be achieved by any other human. I still had to do some prep work and maybe even set up traps for a lot of the bigger monsters. I guess technically they're just animals, but at some point we stopped differentiating. But for the most part, I'd become the top dog, and nothing dared tread too close. And that voice. Hmm. Sarah? And that is the easy way of describing what has happened to me for the past, what, 3 years? I don't really know how much time has passed, I'll be honest. Well, you're not really far off. I'm surprised you were able to keep time of track that well. Yeah, I just tried my best, but it's good to be at home at least. So, Sarah, you still want to get that coffee?